What is going on, everybody? JFC here, and today I want to talk to you guys about the 4-2-3-1 formation. I started using this formation when I went 6-3 in weekend league to start with my first 9 games, and I was in the 4-2-3-4 formation. I was kind of like, well, I'm a little like open defensively, a little too open against these really good players in FUT champs right now, so I kind of want to switch up the formation. So I tried out the 4-2-3-1 once again, and after that point, I went, I think, 9-2, and I lost a penalty shootout, so it could have easily been 10-1. I ended up with 15 wins. Without the penalty shootout, I could have gotten to 16, but oh well, who cares anyway. FUT champs rewards are pretty ass for the higher ranks as is. So yeah, in my opinion, I think the 4-2-3-1 is the best formation in the game right now, and I'm saying that because I just think it is so well balanced. Surprisingly enough, I'm attacking really well with these custom tactics with this formation too. I was a little worried that the 4-2-3-1 is too defensive for me. I want to play a little bit faster and a little more aggressive, but honestly, I scored 10 goals in a game in FUT champs with the formation, and I was like 7-3 at the time. You know, I don't remember the last time I scored 10 goals in a FUT champs game, especially not after the first like 5 games. So it can be very attacking if you're patient, and also it is just as is a pretty defensive formation. So start off with pressure on heavy touch, 50-50. I just think press after possession loss in this game is just not quite what it used to be. I like balanced and direct passing because I like to play fast, but like let the players kind of build up the field, if that makes sense. Width I have at 35 because I want these outside midfielders to play a little bit closer to the middle of the pitch. Players in box I have, I think, a couple ups, so that's 7, and then corners and free kicks at 2. You can put those to whatever you want to. The only instructions I really have, the outside mids I have on free roam, and the reason for that is I kind of like how they make runs up and down the field a little bit more instead of just kind of standing stationary at the outside right mid and left mid spots. And my CDMs I have on stay back while attacking, and my fullbacks I have on stay back while attacking. Don't be hesitant though when you're playing this formation to actually call up, say, my Kyle Walker or my João Cancelo on a run forward, because in this game, attacking fullbacks are actually really nice. So I only don't have them on balance because I like to control when I want to put them on a run. So if I press L1, they're going to go on a run as is, even if I have them on stay back while attacking. So I just keep them on that. If I want them to go forward, I'll press L1. If you guys want them on balance, be my guest. Overlapping fullbacks in this game are actually pretty good. But in FUT champs, when I was at like the high elos, right, I was going up against a lot of formations that you're going to see a lot of 4-2-2s, which is what I started this game with, actually. You're going to see a lot of 3-5-2, which I started to see a lot of as I got toward the end of weekend. Like I said, a lot of 3-5-2. It's still a very good formation this year. But the reason the 4-2-3-1 is better than these, in my opinion, at least so far this year, is subject to change, of course, due to patches or God knows what. Usually when you're in the 4-2-3-1, you have to kind of sacrifice your attacking play, basically, just to be solid defensively, because usually in the 4-2-3-1, you really have to build up and take your time and not play super fast. This year, I just don't have that problem at all. I think that attacking AI this year is not perfect by any means, but I think it's the best it's been in quite some time. My Erling Haaland up top is making great runs all the time, and I know it's Erling Haaland, but even in the case of previous years, even the best strikers in the game are not making great runs all the time. And he's got 93 attacking positioning with the chem style, which you'd think, okay, well, of course he's going to make good runs, but I'm telling you that's just not the case for most cards in most years of FIFA. My 2 CDMs are also both on high work rates. Got this new Thomas Lemar card. I really enjoy him, and I got this new Lucas Paqueta card, who's still a little bit up in the air. Like, I like him, but is he insane? I'm not quite sure yet. For his price, 184k is a bit spendy for a midfielder, but jury's still out on him. When you have high work rate guys in the midfield here, they really do make a lot of good runs forward when you need them to, show for passing lanes, and they also get back on defense, because another one of the main reasons this formation is so great is because the auto drop back in this game is just, it's in this game, it was in the last game, I don't think it's ever going to change. So what you can actually kind of do is a normally defensive type formation like this one kind of is. And what you can do is send a lot of guys on runs, or like have your CDMs, you know, high work rates, kind of get forward, and they also get back really quickly. So you have like your 2 midfielders and sometimes your cam too, but your 2 midfielders are just running up and down the field constantly, and you don't feel like you are ever subject to many counterattacks at all in this formation. And because sometimes your mids and your strikers can kind of be isolated, it forces you to pass. And in this game, if I can tell you anything to help you in this game, which we'll get into the tips right now, there's a couple tips I want to tell you guys. Number 1 is pass. You just have to pass the ball. It's almost like there is no too much in passing right now, because taking people on one-on-one with dribbling is very difficult. You really have to have precise timing, and oftentimes your players are just too slow to quite do the left stick dribbles that you maybe are used to doing. Passing is super, super important and just pivotal in this game. And now for the dribble moves, some of the dribble moves that you can do are very basic. Fake shot and the step overs, to me, are the two best skill moves in this game. And I don't even know if the fake shot's considered a skill move. I think it is. It's like a 2-star skill move. It might even be a 1-star skill move for all I know. But the fake shot is so good, and it opens up so much space in this game. There are so many great fake shot animations that they added this year that were not in the game last year. Like 5-star skillers get wonderful fake shot animations in this game, whereas they just didn't in the past. And also a great move to learn is the step over. The step over is very easy. All you gotta do is you just point your stick toward the direction you're aiming and kind of do a little half circle. And you can see it on my controller in the upper right hand part of the screen. You can see how I do it. And the step over, it just gives you such a nice acceleration boost in this game. There's not really too many skill moves to give you that acceleration boost like that. It's wonderful. It keeps the defense on their toes. They have no idea what you're going to be doing next. It's an awesome skill move to learn. If you do those two things, there's only a few things that really help me shake it up, and those were the main things. And honestly, just remember to pass and fake shot, and I promise you will improve in just a few games if you focus on those two things. Try not to get too frustrated at the game, because it's basically like a whole new game. I mean, it literally is a new game. Thanks, Captain Obvious. But I mean, like, a new game in terms of the gameplay itself is not like other FIFAs at all. So don't get too hard on yourself. If you're out here losing games left and right, you have no idea what to do. A lot of people right now also have no idea what to do. You are not alone. Now, if you're losing, I would suggest maybe having another tactic where if you're down 2-0, maybe the 4-2-3-1 you might want to switch from. Like, I have a 4-3-3-4 setup where I have, like, you know, my striker, left wing, and right wing are way up the field. I have a cam that's farther up the field. I have 2 center mids instead of 2 CDMs. So I switch to this if I'm like down 2-0 or something like that. But for the most part, you're going to be set in the 4-2-3-1. Even if you go down 1 goal, I personally don't switch when I go down 1 goal unless like I'm clearly getting dominated. I won't even switch. So yeah, let me know if you guys try this formation and if you like it. If you guys have any questions about the team, the formation, the game, shoot it my way in the comment section down below. I love all of you guys, and I will catch you guys in the next video very shortly. I'll see you then. Peace.